The 1981 D Washington quarter is a United States 25-cent coin that was produced at the United States Mint facility known as the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small d mint mark located on the front of the coin. This coin belongs to the historic Washington Quarter series that features the portrait of George Washington on the obverse side. The Washington Quarter design was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth and later became the standard design for the U.S. quarter for many decades. The design was created by American sculptor John Flanagan, whose artwork shows a detailed left-facing portrait of George Washington. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty" above Washington's head, "In God We Trust" on the left side of the portrait, and the date 1981 below. On coins minted in Denver, the D Mint mark appears on the right side near Washington's ponytail ribbon. The reverse side of the coin shows a traditional American heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, holding arrows in one claw and olive branches in the other. This powerful symbol represents both military strength and peace. Above the eagle appears the inscription "United States of America," and directly above the eagle's head is the Latin motto "E pluribus unum," meaning, "out of many, one." Along the bottom of the reverse side appears the denomination quarter dollar, indicating that the coin is worth 25 cents in United States currency. The 1981 D quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad metal structure, which means that the coin is not made of solid silver like earlier U.S. coins from before 1965. Instead, it has outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper center. This type of composition was adopted by the United States in the mid-1960s due to the rising cost of silver and the need to keep coins affordable for circulation. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters. Like most quarters, the coin features a reeded edge, which consists of small vertical ridges around the rim. Historically, these ridges were used to prevent people from shaving small amounts of precious metal from coins when they were made from silver, but today they remain mainly as a traditional design element. During the year 1981, the Denver Mint produced more than 258 million Washington quarters with the D Mint mark. Because such a large number were made, the coin is generally considered common in the world of coin collecting, especially when it is found in circulated or worn condition. When someone says a coin is in bad condition, it usually means the coin has been heavily circulated and shows significant wear and damage from everyday use. Coins in circulation pass through many hands, cash registers, vending machines, and pockets over many years, which causes the raised parts of the design to gradually wear down. In numismatics, the condition of a coin is measured using a grading scale that ranges from poor P1 at the lowest level to mint state MS70 at the highest level. A 1981 D Washington quarter in bad condition may fall into grades such as good G4, very good VG8, or fine F12. In these grades, the portrait of George Washington may appear smooth or worn, and many fine details such as the strands of hair, facial features, and the ribbon at the back of the head may be partially faded. On the reverse side, the eagle's feathers and wings may also appear worn down, and the overall design might look flat compared to an uncirculated coin. Additionally, the coin's surface may have scratches, dents, discoloration, or other marks caused by years of circulation and contact with other coins. Even though a 1981 D Washington quarter in bad condition is usually worth only its face value of 25 cents, it still holds educational and historical importance. Coins like this represent the everyday money used by millions of people during the early 1980s. During that time period, the United States economy was experiencing inflation and changes in financial policy, and coins like the Washington quarter played an important role in daily commerce. People used quarters for transportation meters, vending machines, laundromats, arcade games, and many other everyday purchases. Because of this heavy use, many quarters from this era became worn or damaged over time, which explains why so many examples today are found in circulated condition. Despite being common, collectors still look carefully at 1981D quarters for unusual features or minting errors that could make them more valuable. Some examples include double die errors, where parts of the design appear double due to a mistake during the die creation process. Another possible error is an off-center strike, where the coin design is not properly aligned with the blank metal planchet, leaving part of the design missing from one side. There can also be clipped planchet errors, where a piece of the coin's metal blank is missing before it is struck by the dies, resulting in an unusual shape. Rare errors like these can sometimes increase the value of a coin significantly, even if the coin itself shows some wear. For collectors who want to determine whether their coin might have extra value, it is often recommended to examine the coin with a magnifying glass or coin microscope and compare it with known error varieties. Another important factor that affects the value of the 1981D Washington quarter is coin grading and preservation. Coins that have never entered circulation and remain in pristine condition are known as uncirculated coins. These coins are often graded and certified by professional organizations such as the Professional Coin Grading Service and the Numismatic Guarantee Company. High-grade examples of the 1981D quarter that receive grades like Mississippi 65 or Mississippi 67 may be worth several dollars or more because collectors prefer coins with sharp details and minimal marks. However, once a coin becomes heavily worn, its collectible value generally decreases because the design details are no longer as clear or attractive. The Washington Quarter series itself has an interesting history. From 1932 until 1998, the coin used the same basic design with George Washington on the front and the eagle on the reverse. In 1999, the United States Mint introduced the famous 50-state quarters program, which replaced the eagle design with special designs representing each U.S. state. This program became extremely popular and inspired millions of people to start collecting coins from circulation. Because of this change, earlier quarters such as the 1981D belong to the classic era of Washington quarters before the modern commemorative state designs were introduced. In conclusion, the 1981D Washington quarter is a widely circulated American coin produced in large numbers at the Denver Mint. Although coins found in bad condition typically have little value beyond their face value, they still represent a fascinating part of everyday financial history in the United States. The coin's design honors George Washington, one of the most important figures in American history, and reflects the artistic work of sculptor John Flanagan. Even a worn example can still be interesting for collectors, historians, and beginners who enjoy learning about coins, minting processes, and the development of modern currency. Many coin collectors begin their journey by studying ordinary coins from their pocket change, and the 1981D Washington quarter often becomes one of the coins that introduces people to the rich and detailed world of numismatics. Next up, the 1977D Washington quarter is a United States 25-cent coin produced by the United States Mint at its famous Denver Mint. The small d mint mark on the coin indicates that it was struck in Denver rather than at other mint locations such as Philadelphia or San Francisco. This coin belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series that honors George Washington. The Washington Quarter design first appeared in 1932, created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since that time, the design has become one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. The obverse side of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by the American sculptor John Flanagan. Around the portrait appear the inscriptions, "Liberty," above Washington's head, "In God We Trust," to the left of the portrait, and the date, 1977, below. The D mint mark appears to the right of the base of Washington's ponytail ribbon, which identifies the coin as having been produced at the Denver Mint facility. The reverse side of the 1977 D Washington quarter features a heraldic eagle with its wings fully spread, which was the standard reverse design for Washington quarters for many decades before modern commemorative designs were introduced. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in one claw representing the strength and readiness of the nation, while the other claw holds olive branches symbolizing peace. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, and above the eagle's head is the national motto, E pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning, out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the United States from many states and peoples. At the bottom of the reverse design is the denomination, quarter dollar. This classic design remained unchanged for more than 60 years until the late 1990s, making coins like the 1977 D quarter part of the traditional era of American circulating coinage. The 1977 D Washington quarter is made from a copper-nickel clad composition, which replaced the older silver coinage beginning in 1965. The coin's outer layers consist of 75% copper and 25% nickel, while the center core is composed of pure copper. This layered structure gives the coin durability and a distinctive appearance. When the edge of the coin is examined closely, a thin copper line can often be seen between the silvery outer layers. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters. Like most U.S. quarters, it has a reeded edge, meaning the rim contains small vertical grooves around the circumference. These ridges were originally designed to prevent the clipping of precious metal when coins were made of silver, but today they remain primarily as a traditional security and design feature. During 1977, the Denver Mint produced a very large number of Washington quarters with the D Mint mark. More than 256 million coins were struck that year, meaning the coin is considered common among collectors today. Because of this high mintage, most examples of the 1977 D quarter that are found today in everyday circulation or coin jars are usually worth only their face value of 25 cents, especially if they are in bad or heavily worn condition. However, even though these coins are common, they are still interesting pieces of American monetary history and remain part of many coin collections. When a coin is described as being in bad condition, it generally means the coin has experienced heavy circulation and wear over many years. In numismatics, coin condition is measured using a grading system that ranges from poor P1 to mint state MS70. A 1977 D Washington quarter in bad condition might fall into lower grades such as good G4, very good VG8, or fine F12. In these grades, the high points of the design are usually worn down. On the obverse side, the hair details of George Washington may appear smooth or flattened, and the facial features may lose their sharp definition. The lettering such as Liberty and In God We Trust might still be readable but may appear slightly worn or weak. On the reverse side, the eagle's wings and feathers may appear flattened, and some of the finer details such as feather lines may be difficult to see. Coins in this condition may also show scratches, dents, stains, discoloration, or small corrosion marks caused by years of handling and environmental exposure. Despite being worn, a 1977 D Washington quarter can still attract attention from collectors if it shows unusual features or minting errors. Some coins from this year may have mint errors, which occur when something goes wrong during the coin striking process. Examples of such errors include off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned with the metal blank, double die varieties, where parts of the design appear double due to die manufacturing mistakes, or clipped planchettes, where part of the coin blank is missing before the coin is struck. Error coins can sometimes be much more valuable than normal coins, even if the coin itself is worn or circulated. Collectors often examine coins carefully using magnifying glasses or coin microscopes to look for these unusual characteristics. Another factor that can increase the value of a Washington quarter is high-grade preservation. Coins that were never used in circulation and remain in perfect or near-perfect condition are known as uncirculated coins. These coins may be professionally graded and authenticated by organizations such as the Professional Coin Grading Service and the Numismatic Guarantee Company. High-grade examples of the 1977 D quarter graded Mississippi 65 or higher may be worth several dollars or more to collectors who want well-preserved coins for their collections. However, once a coin becomes heavily worn or damaged, its collector value usually decreases significantly. Coins like the 1977 D Washington quarter also reflect the economic and cultural environment of the late 1970s in the United States. During that period, quarters were widely used in daily transactions such as vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, payphones, and arcade machines. Because of this heavy everyday use, millions of quarters circulated for decades and eventually became worn down. The durability of the copper-nickel-clad metal helped these coins survive long periods of use without completely losing their design. In conclusion, the 1977 D Washington quarter is a common but historically interesting coin produced by the United States Mint at the Denver Mint facility. Its classic design featuring George Washington on the obverse and a heraldic eagle on the reverse represents an important era of American coinage that lasted for many decades. Although examples found in bad condition usually have little value beyond their face value, they still serve as small pieces of history that reflect everyday economic life in the United States during the late 20th century. For beginners in coin collecting, examining coins like the 1977 D quarter can be an excellent way to learn about mint marks, coin composition, grading systems, and the fascinating world of numismatics. Please like and subscribe to my channel.